Hi everyone, Andre Noel Potvin, President of InfoFit Educators here. I have a great innovative way of using the treadmill when doing exercise rehab for the hip and the knee. Now, of course you're going to get used to people walking on the treadmill, that's certain. But once they're used to walking on the treadmill, then you want to start getting innovative, and this is what we're about to do. So what you want to do is start your treadmill at 1 mile per hour. All right, and let's have a look at the feet here. All right. So what you want to do is you've got them walking. Next, what you want them to do is learn this concept called walk around the clock. So what you do is now you get them used to, first they're holding onto the treadmill, and then you get them to turn to 11 o'clock, and they just shuffle side to side. This is why the treadmill has to be 1 mile per hour. You get them just shuffling side to side, then they come back to center. Then you get them to go over to 1 o'clock and shuffle side to side. As they get used to that, some people that may be all they can handle for the first session, others they can go right over to the 9 o'clock situation. So they go to 11, then they go to 10 o'clock, then they go to 9 o'clock, then they go back to 10, 11, 12. 12 is very easy now. Go to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, good, and then back to 2 o'clock, then 1 o'clock, and then back to center. Once they start getting used to that, now you want them to get used to different angles, so you want to take them totally around the clock. So we'll go to 1 o'clock now, do about 8 steps there. I'm going to shorten this up just for the video. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, again, 8 steps worth, 4 o'clock, holding onto the treadmill, 5 o'clock, then 6 o'clock, 8 steps there, 7, 8. This is great for working your hip and your lower back from many different angles. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Once you're used to that, then you get them to do this on their toes, walking on their toes. This is where you want their knees to almost be locked, not completely locked, but then they move to the 1 o'clock. And this is why 1 mile per hour is so important here, because the shuffle becomes increasingly more difficult to perform. Then you can bring them back again to 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, then over to 11 o'clock. And they may not be able to go completely around the clock the very first time. You may have to because their calves may get tired. So you start off light and easy. Next, you get them to walk on their heels, and oftentimes they will need to hold on to this. This is where it gets really tricky, walking to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 3 o'clock on the heels. The shuffle through the hip becomes considerably more challenging. And then back, and then to front. And you continue to do this all the way through. So that's called walk around the clock. Start your client off with just 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then expand on that. Walking on the toes, walking on the heels. Fantastic way of warming up the hip, knee, and ankle for anybody coming back from any kind of hip, knee surgery or injury. Okay?